Alright, welcome to my Lord Zedd early gameplay and review. So this skin will be in the shop tonight at Item Shop Reset, so you don't have to wait that long in order to get him. So it's a very small bundle. The skin sold separately is 1,200 V-Bucks, and he does not have a back bling. His pickaxe is called the Z Staff, and it's going to be sold separately for 500, and then he's got an emote for 300. So the skin, the pickaxe, and the emote, that's it. 3 items. That bundle is going to be 1,500. So that's not too bad. It's pretty cheap, but again, there's no wrap, there's no back bling, obviously there's no glider. You get a pickaxe, an emote, and the skin. So shout out to Epic Games for sending me this early. I am an Epic partner, and sometimes they'll send me things like this early to review. So let's take a look. So if you're a Power Rangers fan, you know exactly who Lord Zedd is. He was one of the first villains in the Power Rangers show. Him and Rita. So it says the Emperor of Evil. So he always had that distinct red, gross kind of look because his brain was hanging out, as you can see on the top there. He's got half of a helmet on, and he has that big Z on the tippity top of his armor-plated helmet. But he always reminded me of Carnage. Let me just show you what Carnage looks like. At least the color scheme. Doesn't that body remind you of Lord Zedd? I mean, obviously not the face, but that reddish maroon. So again, there's no back bling, so I'll run him without one to start. His pickaxe is exactly how I remember it, a giant metallic staff with a Z on the end. One of the most well-known weapons in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. He had this in hand quite a bit. It is pretty plain though. Now for a glider, I am going to try the Dark Symbiote, just because, like I said, his color scheme kind of matches that. But fun fact, Carnage was one of the only tier 100 skins that never got a wrap. So we don't have a wrap for Carnage, which is what I would use for Lord Zedd. So I've compiled a whole bunch of wraps that I thought might match him. They always look different in my locker than in-game, so I'm going to try a bunch of these. I've got Gideon's Wrath, I've got the Hellfire Flare, Santa Claus Ho 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 one might work, the Iron Spider Webbing, the Battle Barn, then Open Fire. This one doesn't look like it here, but I definitely saw some resemblance to that maroonish color. Overseer, we got Raider's Return, Triassic, the Modern Ronin, and the Warrior's Chitin. So I'm going to try some of those in-game. We'll see which one actually looks best, if any of them. I thought for sure Battle Barn would, but looking at it here, that doesn't really match. But we'll see. And last but not least, Lord Zedd's magic. Here you go. I'll be quiet because he actually has some voice dialogue, sorta. How cool is that? That's well worth 300 V-Bucks, right? And the description is just him laughing, which is really cool. So not much in the actual bundle, but 1,500 V-Bucks for everything is not too shabby. So let's hop in and see what he looks like in-game. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at the Dark Symbiote. I was never a fan of this glider for this reason right here. It covers your entire skin. Even when you glide, it literally covers everything. Carnage has one of the worst tier 100 bundles I've ever seen. But yes, if you want to run this, this is what it looks like. You completely obscure everything about Lord Zedd except for his brain. How crazy is that? I mean, it sounds gross too. I'll be quiet so you can hear. So I'm sure there's a better glider out there. I just really wanted to see what this looked like. And I'm a little disappointed. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at Mr. Zedd. So here he is in all his villainous glory. He does look pretty good. That red is a lot sharper than I anticipated. You can see the gleam on the silver, both on the pickaxe and his metallic armor. The big Z on the top of his head. This is a pretty accurate representation of how I remember him. Okay, let's start with the pickaxe pull-out sound and swing animation. I'll be quiet. Here you go. Okay, I'll be honest, I was really hoping for a red contrail, but there doesn't appear to be any contrail. It sounds sharp, and there's a little splash. You can see there's like a light blue it almost looks like lightning. But it's not that noticeable. So, a little disappointing on the pickaxe. Let's see if there's a weak spot reactivity. I didn't see anything. How about against the player? Okay, here he is in the dark. So nothing glows on him. Again, not much of a contrail at all there. So pretty plain all around. Let's try some of the wraps. So this one does look pretty good. But when you shoot, it turns purple. So I don't know about that. I mean, it kind of fits though. So here's the shotgun wrap. That doesn't look too bad. Here's the one I had for the SMG. This is the Santa Claus one. If that was a little more silver, I think this would look pretty decent. By the way, his aim down sights, that's not bad. I thought it was going to be extremely bulky and a little obnoxious with that Z sticking out on the top. But hey, it looks pretty good. You can see that just a little portion of the wrap is obscured by his massive biceps. Holy smokes, is he ripped. But all things considered, he does look pretty good when you aim in. And having no back bling doesn't seem to be an issue because he's got a lot going on his back. You can see that almost spine armor. And then he's got the design right smack dab in the center of his back. So it all flows pretty well with no back bling. All right, let's get in a limb and see if there's any secret reactivity here. Nope, I did not see anything. Okay, how about the emote? Lord Zedd's magic. See, that's the contrail and splash effect that I wanted. This nice red for Lord Zedd. So let's try this one in the dark. And from the front, here we go. So it sounds like he's got a variety of laughs that he can perform. But it looks really good. Yeah, I hear some differing laughs, so that's pretty neat. Okay, so not too bad all around for Lord Zedd. Not as bulky as I thought. Color scheme looks good. All around low-key, though. Pickaxe did not have much going for it, other than the awesome design. Okay, so here he is in the dark. And I can't believe I didn't notice this, but you can clearly see that blue to him. He's got like a blue vein that runs along the underside of his armor. That's interesting. Pops out a little more at night. Oh, look at the bottom of his shoes. They say Z. I didn't notice that. That's pretty cool, too. Z for Zedd. Alright, this Bella's not too bad. I don't know. He's a pretty good-looking skin. Okay, someone's coming. He's got a better shotgun than I do. What, the laser? Wow, I just got cooked. Well, there are some real sweats on in the morning. Holy cow. There's some no reactivity healing. He does look cool with green, though. Okay, so apparently there's a lot of good players in this lobby. I've seen nothing but people sweating and hitting every shot and have crowns and TTVs, lots of stuff. I have 0 kills right now. This is crazy. So chances are I'm going to get smoked. Look at that. I'm telling you, people don't miss in this lobby. I think every encounter I've been in this match, I've been absolutely annihilated. Oh, I forgot the recoil on this. Oh no, he's the stupid NPC that throws grenades. What the? Look at this, they don't miss! And I've got this stupid... I thought the MK was good, and it's not. What is that? Oh, he's got the blaster! That's the new Power Rangers weapon. That's pretty cool. Alright, we're in a top 4. Some guy's in a chopper. I can't believe I have 0 kills. This is crazy. Stop shooting my car. Oh no, I can't turn. Okay, they both have crowns. Let's get a flare going. Okay, I see both of them. I probably popped that a little too preemptively. Okay, this guy's got the mythic healer. Sent him for a ride. No way. Sonic boom. Shoot each other. Why are they going for me? He's got that AC 130 up. Let's go! We pulled off the worst victory of our lives! Holy crap, those guys were so much better than me. That's hilarious. What is that, 1 kill? 1 kill! That's how bad that match went. Every fight I was in, I got lasered. But we pulled off the dub. So there you go. That is Lord Zedd, and he arrives tonight. He plays pretty smoothly. He does have a little obstruction when you aim in, but other than that, a pretty decent Power Rangers character. I do love the emote. If nothing else, I recommend getting that. Actually, you know what? I didn't test. What does a non-Lord Zedd character do? Let's just pick Lovely. See what she does. Does she still laugh? Okay, so that is not exclusive to Lord Zedd. That's good, I guess. So there you go. Lord Zedd joins the fray tonight in the item shop. Again, $1,500 for the entire bundle, or $1,200 sold separately, with his pickaxe being $500 and his emote only being $300. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated, and don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator code, which is Tabor time.